Hi friends, I'm David and welcome to the Kickstand, a channel that's down to earth on bicycles and bike life. Bicycle helmets come in a lot of shapes and sizes, many benefits and features. What makes a different helmet cost more or less? It's a question I receive a lot, and I want to talk a little bit about that today. Between a $200 helmet and maybe a $50 helmet, what features and what benefits do you gain or lose depending on what you're paying? Some of the main differences can include the weight of the helmet, how it fits on your head, can be bigger or smaller, more trim, and how it ventilates air and pushes it through and over your head so that you can have a more comfortable ride, and in many cases make your head cooler than it would without the helmet on your head. I'm going to speak to the different features and benefits of the different styles of helmet fit, additional features of helmets that could be a benefit depending on the type of riding that you're doing, safety features, and care and cleaning of your helmet. Right up front, one thing that you can be sure about: all helmets with this seal meet a minimum standard requirement for protection. And you can see on this helmet there, this is a nutcase helmet, and it is certified by the CPSC. It has contact information for the company. This gives sizing, and also a lot of helmets give a little bit of fit information as well on the inside of the helmet. Usually if you're buying your helmet from a department store or a local bike shop, you don't have to worry about the safety certification or the seal on the inside of the helmet. With the pandemic and a lot of bike supplies being limited, there have been some instances of knockoff helmets or helmets that haven't actually met the safety guidelines and have the safety seal. So that's something to look for when you are buying a helmet, especially if you're looking at a helmet online. Some other safety features include features designed to make the helmet better when it receives an impact. One of those systems is called the MIPS system, or Multi-Directional Impact Protection System. This is a little cage on the interior of the helmet that fits to your head a little bit better and allows the helmet to shift around slightly because impacts aren't necessarily directly on to a specific side of the helmet. It might actually occur on different sides of the helmet. Another feature that is similar by the Trek company or Bontrager is something called the wave cell. This is an example of that. Both of these are designed to create greater safety for you while you are wearing a helmet. Features like MIPS and wave cell have added safety benefits, but also usually come at a higher cost. Let's talk ventilation. Helmets have material cut out from around their outside and through their inside to promote airflow and ventilation. This reduces, in some cases, the amount of material on the inside of the helmet and helps channel air from the front of the helmet here through to the back of the helmet. As the air moves over your head, this actually can create cooling that is greater than not wearing the helmet. You can see on the interior of the helmet that these cutouts are rather deep and allow the air to run over your head. This is an added benefit of not only a lighter weight helmet, but also a more comfortable helmet. Other helmets may work to improve airflow, but not have as many channels run across your head to promote airflow. This makes for a little heavier helmet, but also can be a less expensive helmet. If we take a look at this mountain bike helmet, you can see that there are channels on the front to the rear, and those channels actually run underneath slightly this safety system, the MIPS system that's in here, so that air that comes into the front can move through the back and create a more comfortable ventilated helmet. Helmets come in a variety of fits and sizes, and while we won't go over sizing in detail, I can say that having a soft tape measure of some sort is something that's nice to have and can help you measure it. Quickly, just to give you an idea of at least a starting point, if you have a soft tape measure at home, if you wrap it around your head, just above your ears, not too tight. That can give you a good idea of your head or hat size and give you a starting place. It's a good idea to try out different helmets for fit and make sure that you have a nice, comfortable helmet. Let's take a little bit of time to talk about fit. I'm going to go over this quickly because there are a lot of videos and a lot of information out there about helmet fit. The steps we're going to go over are how the helmet fits on your head, how to set it forward, how to make sure that the straps on the side are set correctly for comfort, and how to set your chin strap. First, you want to take your helmet and turn it upside down. In general, when you're looking straight at a helmet, this is the back and this is the front. Some helmets even put that there's a front inside the helmet to make sure that you're putting the helmet on the right way. It is easy to put the helmet on backwards and think that you have it on correctly. So make sure you're figuring out which side is the front and which side is the back. Your helmet has some sort of adjustment strap. This is generally the back of the helmet. This is part of your chin strap, and this will go underneath your ears. So let's take a look at this from the side. Put your helmet on, but don't put it too far back. You want it low so that something like a visor actually works, and also so that you can kind of see the top of the helmet. Another good rule of thumb is 1 to 2 fingers above your brow. There can be a fit dial or strap on the back to better set your fit. You don't want it to feel too tight, but you also don't want it too loose. Different helmets offer different designs to fit different head shapes. This helmet, for example, is designed to fit more of a round head shape. I have a bit of an oval-shaped head, and I can feel pressure points at the front and the back slightly on this particular helmet. For the most part, it fits well, and I really like the helmet, but I do know from feeling the pressure points on the front and back that this is designed for more of a round-shaped head. If you're feeling a little bit of pressure on the sides of the helmet, it may be that you have a bit more of a round shape and the helmet has more of an oval shape. This is a good way to see if the helmet fits your head before you even put a strap on. So get it set your strap so that it feels comfortable, move your head side to side and back and forth to see if it will move. If it stays on your head nicely, this is an example of a good fit. These side straps are generally triangular in shape and allow you to set them to be just under your ear. Sometimes there are little levers, sometimes there are little flick locks here, and sometimes you can just pull up and down on it. Set this so that it's just below your ear and not hitting it so that it's comfortable. When you're looking at the helmet, these straps sometimes can look a little odd because they're designed to come down at the sides so that they're nice and flat on the side of your head. Now it's time for the chin strap. This chin strap shouldn't be too loose, and you should be able to fit 1 or 2 fingers on it. Another good rule of thumb is if you yawn, you should be able to push down on the chin strap. Now, one of the biggest observations I get from folks is, but what about my hair, my beautiful hair? Well, that is one of the elements of wearing a helmet that doesn't really seem to change. Especially if you wear a helmet for a long period of time, you'll probably end up with helmet hair, that flattening and unfeathering of your wonderful and unfeathering of your wonderful hair. I can say that as helmets are lighter weight, better fitting, and offer more ventilation, this at least will help reduce the sweat and matting that you might get from wearing a helmet. Another common question is, how long does a bicycle helmet last? And if I don't crash, do I need to replace it after a certain period of time? The answer is yes, but the amount of time can vary. The CPSC, or Consumer Product Safety Commission, says between 5 to 10 years is good enough in order to replace a regular helmet. Most helmets have a production date sticker on the interior, and this is a good example of a helmet. Actually, it might be worn out on this one. the production date, and so I know at least that I bought this 10 or plus years ago and is probably a good helmet to replace. Other manufacturers recommend as little as 3 years. It can be a good idea to replace your helmet. 5 to 10 years seems reasonable to me, and even 3 years, especially if you ride often, and depending on the type of the helmet you have, can seem like a good idea as well. Keeping your helmet clean can also add to the comfort and longevity of your helmet. If you're a recreational rider or work out on your bike, salt from perspiration can get into the straps and the interior of the helmet, and that salt can actually be acidic and break down or damage your helmet and your straps. It can be as simple as rinsing your helmet off after you've used it. Just take it into the kitchen, get it under the sink, and rinse off that salt and perspiration off of your helmet and set it out to dry, or you can set it on your drying rack. You can also use some light detergent on this. Probably don't need to use anything like isopropyl alcohol, though these days during the pandemic that may be used in order to make sure that your helmet is clean if, say, you're letting someone borrow it, or if you had to set it down in a park or somewhere where it's unfamiliar what might get on the helmet. Otherwise, just some general maintenance is all you really need in order to keep your helmet clean. Small features and benefits on helmets can also help you decide the type of helmet that you want. There are helmets that include lights. Helmets that have magnetic locks for your chin strap, so it's a little bit easier than the standard press fit lock that sometimes can get you under the chin. Straps for goggles if you need to wear goggles on a helmet, and oftentimes there's even positions on a helmet so that you can place a video device. Visors are included, as well as softer material lower part of your head where it can improve some comfort, and also hard points that can have lights installed with a light system. Depending on the features that you need or the benefits that are going to work best for you, this can help you make a final decision on a helmet when you've compared the other cost features of weight, shape, and ventilation. And that's a little bit about helmets. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Please feel free to contact me with any other questions, comments, or insights that you may have on bicycles and bike life, and we can learn together. May even become a future video. Thank you, and until next time.